So a very warm welcome from Hannover to our last session from the CMM, Connected Mobile and Machines. And in our session, a warm welcome to Mr. Cook. He is in our session here directly in the studio, and also to Mr. Juchem. He is on video presentation, and in this day we would like to talk about together with about connectivity solutions from components to system solutions. And the first speak is from Mr. Cook. Mr. Cook is from Siemens, and he has 40 years of experience about all what telecommunication, 5G and whatever. And warm welcome to you, and I'm so happy to see a speaker in the session here directly in live, and come on and take your slides.
Yeah, I will do it. Also, welcome from my side. Christina, you are moving too fast.
Oh, sorry,
because
sorry.
We are talking about the heart of Industrial IoT. Here's my heart.
Thank you very much.
Wear it with me.
Thank you.
So, the heart of Industrial IoT, what does it mean for us? I think we know it very well. Communication is a key element for the industrial automation, but also for Industrial IoT. Without communication, it will not work, and therefore digital connectivity is very, very important. And I will present you some little things, and it will also include a little bit of 5G, the next technology move what we have in industrial automation. So when we look at Industrial IoT, and when we look a little bit back in the past we have the pyramid, the automation pyramid with different layers. We have the field level, we have control, we have the operator management enterprise, but in the future we will talk about different layers. We will talk about things, smart things, we will talk about connectivity, very, very important connectivity. And of course we will talk about platforms what we have today with cloud. And of course applications, the applications where the customer generate also their benefits and also their income. And of course, new business modules. That is also something important what we will have with Industrial IoT. And I will show you some examples. So here you see it a little bit more in detail. What does it mean? In the things could be AGVs, could be little robots, could be also some temperature sensors or things like that. And then the connectivity part. Today, very famous to have wireless communication, but it could also be with wired. Because in the past we had very strong footprint with wired technology. But if you have use cases where wired are not so perfect, then it's the best thing to go on wireless technology. And we have different wireless technologies. In this CMM, we heard a lot of different technologies, LoRa, ultra-wideband, wireless LAN, or industrial wireless LAN, 5G, industrial 5G. And I think that is an important topic, and also the platforms. And when you look on platforms, that means cloud-based platform. And cloud does not mean that we have them in some areas. It could be also mean to have a cloud platform on-premise, on your campus. And of course, the applications, what you have. And then of course also the new business modeling. And I will go a little bit deeper and show what are the elements. So the smart objects are the AGVs. And when you look in the future in new automation facilities, you will see when it built up on a greenfield, the whole is nearly empty. It's the same when you go here on the Hanover Fair ground, for example, in the Hall 9. I visited yesterday the Hall 9, and it was empty. And that is also the way in the future that we have an empty hall, and then it will be equipped step by step with different things. And things are automatic guided vehicles, robots, and things like that. But also, and that is very important, also people will working there. And therefore this topic, what we had today, is also that safety not security. Safety is a very, very important topic. Safety is a very important topic. And that is also the goal when we talk about connectivity and flexible work, that safety is a must requirement. Without safety, you will get in trouble. And therefore, in the industrial IoT arena, we are also looking on the safety issue. Today we have safety solutions based on communication standards, on Profinet, but also in the future, that was also this morning a topic on OPC, the language, I would say the language of the industrial IoT, because it's open, very flexible, security mechanism included, and it's a layer 3 base, fits also perfect for 5G. So, and then the connectivity here you see a little bit with cable. Yes, that is a topic what is today, because in many, many use cases it's better to use cable. Because when you look on problems what you can have with wireless technology, and in this CMM we did a lot of communication wireless, and we saw that it might have some problems. And one problem is that issue latency. And that is a topic what is also very important in the future when we're talking about new connectivity standards in this wireless arena. Today you can make a lot of kinds of communication, LTE for example, owned by a provider or a private LTE network, but the latency is a problem. Many of them, they are saying, okay, we are working in the 10 milliseconds arena. Yes, that's right. But sometimes it took not 10 milliseconds, it took 160 or more. And in this case, if you have a safety application, it will not work. You have a shutdown, the complete factory or part of the factory. And if you produce very important goods, in the moment, medicine. We all know what is going on with the coronavirus and what we need for that. And if we are producing things to get rid of this coronavirus with medicine, then it's very important that you have reliable communication. Very, very important. So, and therefore connectivity is the key. And when we look in the future, there will be 5G. Why will it be 5G? I explained it a little bit in the Hall 9, in the new concept of modern factories. They are empty, and the AGVs are coming in, and you cannot walk like here on a camera with cables. It will not work. Maybe it also changed for you behind the camera that you're also working wireless. Could be. So, and therefore it's very important that we're also looking on these new standards, that we fulfill this topic reliable, reliable, reliable. Otherwise, these new concepts will not work. And platforms, I already explained, different platforms, cloud-based or on-premise, data center also on-premise, automation data center. Automation data means with redundancy topics. Very, very important. Or virtualization, the PLC on a data center, or a 5G core on a data center. Also topics which will come in the future. And of course the application. Here we have an application on localization, where I can see where my goods are. And goods are not things, that could be also people. It could be also people. Also very important. And maybe I can open my suitcase and show what I'm meaning with that. That could be also people. That's also industrial, a little bit robust. What does it mean? Localization from people. Very, very important. If you go in hazard arenas, like in refineries or in mines, it's very important that you can localize where other people are. Very, very important. And this helmet, to be very open, it's from a partner. It cost $2,500. Wow. But that is not only a helmet, it's a communication helmet. It has LTE inside, it has ultra-wideband inside, and also industrial wireless LAN. And here you can, with this helmet, you can localize the people very exactly in a mine. And if there's something happened in the mine or in the refinery, the lights here in the helmet will guide you to the safe direction. To the safe direction. Here's a safe area. And this helmet will show me, here's a safe arena. Please go in this line and not in this line. And that is also connectivity, which is very, very important. And people, so here are not so many people, nearly 10. But all of you are important. And therefore is safety an important topic. Don't forget that. So, and when we look at this picture, the connectivity pictures, smart things, connectivity and platforms, that is digital connectivity. And this digital connectivity must be reliable. Reliable. And as I very often say, reliable. If this not works, you will lose money. Today, and sorry that I'm saying that, we had some problems with this platform yesterday, a little bit. It does not work correctly. In the industrial environment, it will cost you money. And therefore, the reliable is so important. So, and another topic also very important, when we talk about the industrial arena. In the industrial arena, this communication stuff must be made for blue-collar workers. They must handle it. They are not IT experts. That are blue-collar workers with maybe with different knowledge. And when they run a shift in the pharma industry 24/7, it must work 24/7. Otherwise, if it not works, maybe for a few milliseconds, then you have produced waste. And so it is very important that the new communication technologies are made also for the blue-collar workers. They run the factory all day and all night, and that is very important. And all of you know, data is the new oil. Data analytics and things like that. Edge computing to generate data. To generate data, to be aware that there could be a problem in the future. And you know it in front. And you can do some maintenance work. So this data is really the new oil, what we will have in the future. And data is also money. Data from the company, what you generate, is money. Maybe there's some IPs what you have, as also money. And therefore, it's very important that you can handle this in a safe way, in a reliable way. So now come to new business models. Reliable. Reliable. I very often said that. You can sell this. You can sell this to a customer, say, I give you a network with 99 or 69, what we're always saying, reliability. And you can get money for that. That is also very important. To get money for a reliable network. Now I'm talking again to my colleagues over there from the studio. A reliable platform is also money. If you can say to a CMM next time, and hopefully we do it not virtual, I like you, but hopefully we can do it in real. But when you can say, I have a platform, it works 90 or 69, then you are great. And you can offer them to the customer and you say, but you must pay for it. That is also a thing. If you have good things or unique selling points, it is allowed, and we're also doing that from Siemens, that we choose money for that. If at the end of the day, the customer has a benefit And when a customer has a benefit, there's also a willingness to pay. That is also very, very important. Oh, abgemeldet. Is it for me here, standing? Abgemeldet, Sie wurden abgemeldet? No. Sorry for that. But I can go ahead. I have the slides in mind. So sailing availability was one topic. And the other thing was also a topic in these days, 3D printing. 3D printing on demand if you need new, let me say, accessories or things which are broken. You can print it. Today, it's a normal process to print also metal for different parts, spare parts or things like that. And that also in industrial scale. That is possible today. And maybe in the future we will also print, and I think that is, if you have, let me say in 30 years, for me 30 years is okay, have a next pandemic. Maybe you can print your food. Maybe you can print your food. Some companies are also working on this. I'm not kidding. There's also something new. And when you're sitting at home in your home office, you print your own pizza. Now you're a little bit laughing, but remember me, and I hope, to be very open, I hope that we never get a pandemic like this. And the other thing is also pay per use. When you rent the machinery from an OEM, say, I will only pay when I use this. In a big factory where you have big machines and they are not running the whole day, a painting shop, for example, you pay per use. So 100 cars a day or 200 cars a day. That is also a new business model. And that needs also connectivity, reliable connectivity. And of course, this customer, this OEM will produce data. So data, the new oil. So, and when we look at the heart of automation or industrial IoT, very, very important is when you look on the new technologies and you go with this new technology in new applications. Check with proof of concept or with testing in different arenas that this new communication is reliable. Christina, maybe you can count how often I said reliable. So reliable is the key of industrial IoT. So, and also, when you go on new technology, maybe you can say, okay, I will wait. Maybe this technology is not stable. But this is also the different approach. Maybe you can work in first proof of concept with institutes or companies like Siemens or whatever, or Ericsson or Nokia or what else on the 5G topic, and to get knowledge on this new technology. And also you can say, oh, there's missing something. We need this feature to fulfill our requirements. And what do you think? Which requirement our customers have on 5G? A reliable network with safety functionality. Can we have it today with our 5G? Is on our iPhone, the new iPhone with 5G, is there this emergency button? No. But that is necessary in industry. When you go wireless, if it's industrial wireless LAN or 5G, you need it. Today you can buy it, but it's based on industrial wireless LAN. Also industrial. So, next slide. And when we're talking about wireless technology, yes, 5G in the moment, it's a hype. Everybody is talking on 5G. In this conference, 5G was also a hot topic. But don't forget, we also have other technologies which are already in the field. Industrial wireless LAN. And I'm very proud that I can say that. And Germany is here ahead. In Germany, we created the first, for 15 years, the first industrial wireless LAN with safety functionality. There's no other company around who has this technology. And also the automotive companies around the world. And around the world, that means also the Japanese car manufacturers. They're using our technology. because they found nothing better on the market. So in the same way, we will go for 5G, because that's the must requirement. Today, the customers have industrial wireless LAN with safety, and of course they expect from us also to have 5G with industrial wireless LAN. And that is a very good migration part. When you make your application based on OPC, what was today explained from VNR, then you can change very easy the motor from industrial wireless LAN to 5G. We can show that to you in our automotive center, and it really works. And another topic what is very often said, when can we start with 5G in the industry? I always say start now. You can start now, really, with remote application, but not so for safety application. Therefore, we need to release 16. And many say, oh, the release 16 is available when we get the products. So now I'm telling you the story what release 15 and when we have the first products. Release 15 was December 2018. And now at Christmas time, we have the first, let me say, broader portfolio of 5G smartphones. So it took 2 years to bring this paperwork into chip technology. And that is the same what we will have with release 16 or 17. And we are very proud, and it comes from the heart, that we are developing this technology made in Germany. Made in Germany. And for us, from my company, and we have the full stack in our own hands. Why I'm saying this? If the standard fulfills not the requirements, for example, the safety topic, we did it for industrial wireless LAN, and then we will do it in the same way for 5G, because that is a customer requirement with willingness to pay, and we will do that. And the other topic is, of course, if you have technology made in Germany, it's also good for Germany to be very open. The government opens the way for digitalization with their own campus frequency, and that is something great. And also what is done here in this area, the biggest 5G test network will be on this fairground. In Germany, also very important. And then when you're looking on the 5G topic, which deployments you will use, it's different what you can use. You can use a public deployment, semi-public, and local private deployment. And I will tell you this kind on a story. Christina, I'm allowed to tell it on a story? Yes, you're allowed. Yeah, I'm allowed. Yeah, I must ask, because this story plays in a pub. It plays in a pub or in a bar. So, local private deployment, that's your own network. And now I compare it with a bar or with a pub. You are sitting in this bar and drink some drinks, or maybe some more. And the only guy who knows it is the barkeeper and you. But this barkeeper has an NDA, he will not tell it if the wife calls. So if you have a semi-public deployment, you're also sitting in the bar and drinking beer or something else. But with a semi-public deployment, you have a provider. And this provider knows exactly in which bar you are sitting. And maybe it's your wife. She knows exactly in which bar you are drinking. The only thing she does not know, how many drinks you have. And if you go in a public deployment, your wife knows everything. You are sitting in the bar and you have so much drinks. That is privacy also on data. Where should the data go? And if you have very, very important oil data, then you have to think on which deployment I will go. On a public deployment or on a private deployment. And I can tell you in the moment, all the automotive companies, they are going on a private deployment, because they will keep their data. How many beers or cars they produce, that is their own knowledge and not for the wife, or not for the others. So and that is very important to know what will be happening with the data. And also when you look, what was the word where I told you to count it? Reliability. Reliability. When you look at the public deployment, in the last week, we had a breakdown from a provider. Public deployment. If you have a factory, automotive factory, with a public deployment, what will be happened? You will produce no cars, or it will go much, much slower. And at the end of the day, you cannot produce anymore. And therefore, you must be very clear which decision do you take on the deployment. Public, semi, or local private. And for local private, the German government opens the door with this frequency. 3.7 to 3.8, also very important. And the license costs are very, very cheap. We are talking not on the 6 billion euro, what Telecom, Vodafone, and the other twos pay for that. That are thousands of euros, not more. And for the farming, it's cheaper. Also, farming is a vertical where this 5G topic will be in the future play an important role. So when you look at these private 5G components, that is not a big thing. They look like access points, what you have today, or the routers are a little bit bigger than, maybe I have a router with me. Yeah, I have a router with me. So that is, that's an iPhone for industry. But you cannot communicate with voice, but for video and other things. And, very, very important, for remote service. But now you can say, okay, not everywhere is 5G deployed. Yes, that's right, but this component works also with 3G and with 4G. So that means you can start now with this new technology. So, that are the products, and very, very important, the blue-collar workers. I think in this morning I explained it a little bit. Reliability is very important. To change this device, you need no programmer, no iPad, nothing. The only thing is in this device is also this plug. The only thing you do is remove this plug, put it in another plug, put it in another device, in a new device, and it works in the same way as before. You do not call the hotline. That is also products made for blue-collar workers. Also very, very important, because if you have a shift time that every two and a half minutes a car comes out, and you need, for example, half an hour, you can count how many cars are not produced. There are lost cars. And lost cars, it's money, what you are lost. And therefore, this topic is so important. And now the commercial block at the end of my presentation. And it's a favorite for me to do that in this way. The Deutsche Messe will build the biggest 5G test center in the world. The biggest one. So that means for all others, they are like to try to work with 5G. They can do it here in Germany. Nobody else has in the moment plans like we have here with the Deutsche Messe AG. There's also a big, big benefit. And also the benefit is you can work with Nokia, with Ericsson, with Telecom, with Vodafone. And also the farming industry can come here, Klaas or Fendt or whatever, because you have a big outdoor environment. That is also very important. And that is for me very important to say, you can start now, you have not to wait. So, and that is for me the best thing what we have here in Germany. In no other area we have this. In Aachen, it's more a closed network, based on Ericsson, that is okay. But here you can have different vendors, and you can test. And also, I can tell you now, it's not a secret anymore, Siemens will also be in this smart venue next year, and hopefully the Hanover Fair next year will be in in real life, not as a digital twin or whatever. And then we will bring also a 5G network to the fairground here. And yes, it will be included in the smart venue. And then you can test with Siemens equipment. But if you have a requirement to test with Ericsson or Nokia, then you can do it also here. When you look at the big holes what we have here on the fairground, I'm saying what we have here on the fairground, what the Deutsche Messe has on the fairground, you can run many AGVs. When you look in hole 9 could be also a new fabric to produce e-cars. It's big enough to bring the AGVs and the warehouses. And that is Hannover. That is the Deutsche Messe. And that is also, for me, an important takeaway when you look on connectivity. Start and don't wait. Thank you. Christina, how often I said reliable?
Too much for me. I can count till 3 and then after it's stopped. So thank you very much for this really powerful and wonderful presentation here in real life. It's come from the heart, yes, for sure. What I learned this day from you is 2 things. Never go to the pub, because if I go to the pub, my husband will count it. What else I'm doing
on a public network, yes.
If I go to a public
network, he will not know it.
But never go to a private network if you go to a pub, or?
It depends. It depends, Christina. It depends.
So, and what I also learned is it must work. And I think this is a wonderful thing you said, because I think you said it with Corona. We learned a lot about digital. We learned a lot about it has to work. It has really to work. How many presentations I had in the last months. Stefan, do you hear me? Hey, Christina, do you see me? Hey, your presentation is working. It's horrible, or? And if we think money and time, and it has to work, we have to do a lot of work and a lot of research.
Yes.
And what I really have to say, after 1.5 days only presentation and moderation of presentations in the digital life, I'm so proud, so glad to have you here with your case. And I'm looking inside what is ever inside.
There are many things.
Perhaps you can say
inside.
after.
But there's no liquid cheesecake in.
Oh, yes.
What was an internal joke?
Yeah, it's an internal, it's very, very sweet, I have heard, and very nice, I have heard, and I'm sorry. Not with me. So, you will be in the studio till the end, so we can have a discussion, and now